You're listening to the official Minnesota Wild podcast, presented by Acrisure.
Right now, it seems like obviously a couple big wins, and then obviously the practices seem pretty light and energetic.
Yeah, I think focused and excited. You know, we had a couple days after the regular season, I think, to regroup. You know, kind of talk about some things about our game, have an opportunity to have some good practices, and obviously it's an exciting time of year. So I would say excited to get after it and focused.
Looks like Z might be in the same position to be playing tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll be in tomorrow. See, I told you Saturday.
Yeah, I know. You promised. You fulfilled your promise.
Yep.
John, what do you see as that third pairings role? Like, I know in the season, regular season, you said everything's very role-based and the identity that they have. Does that change when it's him and Bogosian, or what do you see as that pairing system?
No, I don't see it. I don't see it change. It just looks like a little bit of a, you know, possibly could be a little bit of a different dynamic, you know, on the D pair. But I think, as you know, you go through. It doesn't mean that you have to keep it totally set like that as well. But you know, we like what we've seen, and we feel like we have a good team. We have lots of guys. Everybody's important, and this is how we'll start game one, and we'll go from there.
What's your message to a guy like that, a young kid who's obviously played in big moments already? What's your message to him?
I mean, there's a reason why he's here, and you know, he has played in some big moments. Obviously, you know, not in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and you know, in that environment. But I think, you know, when you look, I think it's a good opportunity for him to come in and see. He's got some really good attributes. He's a smart player. He's competitive. He's got some good elements to his game, and I think it's you know, he's played in high stakes environments. He's been on winning teams. So usually in my experiences, you know, we're going to be able to put him in. It could be great. He might not be as good as, you know, he thinks he is or we want him to see. But I think you're always trying to put your team in the best position to win and to give ourselves an opportunity to be able to win a series. It's going to be hard fought. We're going to need everybody. But we think this timing is the right thing for our team.
How can Bogosian help him?
Well, you know, I mean, Zach's a veteran guy. You know, he knows how to play. He's played in big moments. He's won a Stanley Cup. He's, you know, I think just communicating with him, talking through him. But also, you know, what I talked with Zeev about is Zeev's, you know, we're putting him in for a reason. Like, he's a good player, too. He's got to come out and have the competitive nature that makes him a good player and be able to play his game and not, you know, don't worry about having to babysit him or anything. Just come out and play your game. But I think the way Zach communicates is good for him to start.
In any playoff series, how much is game one kind of a classroom where you learn, you know, as much as you can look at games on tape, how much do you learn in game one about how the series is going to go?
I mean, you certainly do. I think that it's you know, to me, it's mindset, being ready to play, and then you're gonna see how the game unfolds, and you're gonna have information at the end of the game, good or bad. So, you know, to me, it's more the mindset that we want to be able to come out and play the game that we can. We want to be on top of it. We want to be on our toes. You know, I think game ones, there's a lot of adrenaline, there's a lot of intensity level, and I think it's important that, you know, we recognize that we're focused and we're intense.
What's your read on a young player that comes in? Because we just talked about he can't be babysit out there. But when you look at a player, is there a way that you know that he's ready?
You don't truly know until he goes into the game and plays. That's the reality of it. Now, in saying that, I do think it's important, and our job as coaches is to try to set the player up to give him the best chance to be able to be successful. And we feel like, you know, having come in, being around the team now for a week, have an opportunity to have some real hockey practices, not the end of the 82-game schedule where you're getting your feet wet. There was structure, video, the practice intensity was high. It's not game high, but it's you get a feel of what it's like. And then you got to play. I mean, you look around the league, you know, there's guys that can come in, step in and play. Some guys can't, but to me, it's just have him go out and play his game.
Has that changed with players like McCarr and others who have come in at the end of their college season and been so successful? Like, there's a proven track record now with some of these players.
There has been, and I think everyone's different, right? But I think it has been a little bit, you know, where guys have been able to come in and make impacts, whether it's the last couple of games of the regular season or into the playoffs. And you know, we feel Zeev's of that caliber of player, and so it's a good opportunity, I think, for him to get in and see if he can really help our team.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.